Hi, it's John from funeralcalls.com, your easy funeral home management software with a secure online interface that's fully customizable for your operation. It's an overview today of our affordable service. We're about half the price of the other guys. Want you to be able to gain power over your client information and your finances. We want to make sure that you understand that our service will help you track inventory, help you track client calls and information, track your expenses and profits. You can easily print PDFs of any information you need, and we can customize which information you need for the family, for the obituary, for the death certificate, for contact information. And you can receipt payments that your clients make to you, and you can know what your general price list is, change it, update it. You can print a contract or an agreement with your family that is law compliant. We automatically calculate sales tax on your merchandise. This is our team, myself and Dusty West, and you can read more about us. But our software is full of features, and we have 24/7 support, and you can use it on an old computer with no problem because it's all saved to the cloud. We're going to log in and begin our quest. I'm going to log in as a funeral director, even though I'm a funeral director assistant. I've created this in conjunction with funeral directors, and it will help you. So when you log in, it shows your status. Immediately, we're going to see the menu at the top, and we're going to list our calls as the most recent calls come to the top. You can change the case status to an at need, a pre need, a pending, or a closing, and update it, and it's color coded. You can have an at need call list showing. Um, you can have a pending call list showing. You can have a closed call list showing, or your pre needs, or all the calls. When you click on each call, you get an overview of that call, and it shows you everything that you have information in the database about that call. When you are ready to see an overview of all the cases, you can see an overview that shows you the call status, which is color coded, the address, the information about charges, payments, and balance due, social security number, informant name and number, gender, visitation venue, date, time, funeral venue, date and time, and the disposition and the age of that client. Now, when you're ready to enter a new call, it's as easy as clicking on this link, and then you enter the data for the new call, the name of the decedent, the gender, the case status, the case number assigned by the funeral home, the social security number, and so forth. And then you'll have a new call that will appear on your list, and you can begin to enter information that you collect at the family consultation. So first of all, you would want to enter the death information, the death details for each client. Let's look at this one called Ruiz, Wilhelmine Ruiz. And you'll see who took the call, you'll see who did the removal, you'll see which funeral director in your funeral home is over the case. And of course, this is all fictitious information in our demo database. And then you'll be able to enter the demographic information, where the place of death was, that's on the other screen, the decedent's address and citizenship status, race, education, things you will need for the death certificate. And then you'll be able to enter the family information. You'll be able to enter any family details that you can see on this screen. You'll be able to enter any family details on this screen. So you enter survivors, things you will need for the obituary, informant's phone, information collected for the obituary, your pallbearer list, and phone numbers for them. As well, then you'll be able to edit the plans. So you'll set up a time for visitation and date for the funeral venue, house setup information, clergy, musicians, song, graveside, military honors, and so forth. Once you've entered the information for each case, you'll start selling them your services. So let's look down right here at Alicia Jean Furman, and we'll look at the professional services fee, and you will see that this matches your GPL. You enter the fees per your categories in the GPL. It calculates it for you, it totals it up for you. If you'll look at the special services, for instance, here's a client that had a funeral package, a burial package name of direct cremation, the charge for it, and so forth. It also remains forwarding and receiving remains. Then you'll sell merchandise. Let's look right down here at Ms. Ruiz again, and you'll see that Ms. Ruiz funeral had a Hudson casket, and there's the retail price and the materials and so forth, the vault name, and you also have here calculated DVD costs, printed materials, and so forth. Anytime you can go in and change these and it will recalculate. On merchandise, it calculates 8% sales tax in the state of Georgia. We can change that for your particular location. On cash advances, you can calculate the cemetery cash advances for opening, closing the grave, and your vault service. You can calculate your obituary costs, your clergy and musician advances, and your death certificate costs, as well as your transportation if your shipping remains. It will total up your charges automatically for you, and you can enter a discount if you would choose. And this way it keeps it with your GPL, but you offer a discount at the bottom. After you get everything completed, you can print a contract that is compliant with Georgia law, that's a PDF, and have them sign it. And so you can see every category and you can see every charge, and it totals it up for you and gives you a nice quick PDF of the contract for the client to sign. Then when they pay you, you click on payments, and you can receive payments at any time, and you can note what was paid where. Here you see an insurance payment of a $10,000 plan, and then a payment by family check. And when you can include a 10 payment plan in this payment screen. The interface for printing documents is all in one place, so you can print obituary information, and we can customize this to include what information that you want to include and what information you want to exclude. We can change that. Disposition, before you go to the cemetery, you can click that and it will give you a quick disposition sheet with your family information, your house set up, what cemetery, what church, where the gravesite is, and all of the information you'll need before you leave the funeral home to go to the final disposition. As well, you can print receipts from this screen or from the other screen where it details every payment and what was paid in pre-need payment. You can move to the other fields. Again, the contract appears here. Now, the most unique thing about this is that we have different logins. So here on a funeral director or login, you have For Your Eyes Only, FYEO, For Your Eyes Only. And here you can see a full lineup of your inventory. Your vault inventory, for instance, your urn inventory. You can see your casket inventory or the complete inventory. Each casket has a client purchase list, which clients purchased that casket, how many were sold last year, how many were sold this year, and you can sell each casket from this screen, and it keeps a record of it, of how many you have in stock, what your cost is, what your retail cost is, what your profit is, and you can also, if you quit carrying an item, you can put it in your archived items and it'll still keep that record. There's available inventory and archived inventory. So this is the inventory with the profit and retail and cost that is only seen by the funeral director. Other logins for your funeral assistants would not see this screen. It's blocked to them. Your family members, when they log in, are blocked from any screens under the For Your Eyes Only. We're going to click on items sold, and you'll see here's a 2021 merchandise analysis, and you can see which client bought which casket, which vault, and you can see the gross that you grossed off of your merchandise, excluding tax, just the gross, and at the bottom it totals it up as well. If you want to see a monthly breakdown, let's look at 2021's monthly breakdown. You can see that in January we had 11 cases, 3 calls in February, 1 call in March. This is a small funeral home. Your actual gross receipts in January were $81,000 and change. In April were $20,000. If you want to see what happened in January by client, you click here and you can see the exact monthly receipts, your receipt totals, your statement totals, your discount totals, and so forth. If I click on April, it gives me a breakdown of the 2 cases in April, received totals, and so forth. So this gives you a quick breakdown by month of which cases you had. Now we're going to the gross. The gross gives you a receipts page that gives you each client, the statement, the discount, the total received, and the balance due. And it also puts up what main merchandise they bought, such as the casket name. At the bottom, you see the very important, your statement totals for the year, your discount totals, your totals received, and your balance due, as well as a profit expectation, which they tell us is 6 to 10% of actual year-to-date receipts. The merchandise sales totals, how many units you sold of caskets, vaults, and urns, your actual cost on the merchandise that you sold, and the profit on that merchandise, and your liquidity, which is your received totals less your merchandise actual cost. As well, we keep track of pre-needs in an escrow fund, and you can see your year-to-date totals of pre-needs. The customer can see the virtual showroom, but you can review it as well. You can see caskets, which are arranged from most expensive to least expensive for the customer. You can see the vaults, again, the same lineup, and you can see the cremation urns that are lined up for you, or a complete list of items. The customer can also view the general price list. Now, as a funeral director, at the bottom it gives you a chance to edit this general price list. And I've got this blocked right now for my login. We can block it for any login. And there's a history of the GPLs once you change it and edit it. There's a history of the older GPLs. Here's one, for instance, from 2021 when this current charges were made. We also have a printout at the bottom. You can click the printer icon and it prints a PDF of the GPL for you to give to your clients, and that is compliant. This one's compliant with Georgia law. As well, you or the others can upload images and they go directly to our server. If you will look carefully, you can see that there's a family member login that is separate, and this family member login will only show the virtual showroom, the general price list, and allow them to upload photos. As well, there's a funeral assistant login. And when you log in as a funeral assistant, the For Your Eyes Only screens are gone, and you're blocked from seeing the things that are allowed only for the funeral director to see. You can enter charges, you can enter payments. The funeral assistant can help enter information of the death details and so forth, and receive payments and receipt the family. Print a receipt for anything that's received by the funeral home, but the funeral assistant cannot see the figures for the funeral home. So I hope you enjoyed seeing an overview, a quick overview of funeralcalls.com. If you'd like to learn more about it, please email me, john@funeralcalls.com. That's john@funeralcalls.com, and we'll set up a free consultation, give you a free trial. Have a great day.